to From the Sidelines, now joined by two-time defending region champs in boys soccer. We have Elijah Mays and we have Andrew Richardson. Elijah, I'll ask you this question first. What was the mindset of the team going into this year, being the defending region champs?
We lost a lot of seniors going into this year. It's around like 12, some guys that are really key to our team. So we knew we had people that needed to step up. We had a lot of young sophomores coming up who were going to get increased roles. You have guys like me and Memphis Roberts who were going to get increased roles. So we just knew we were going to have to work through like gelling as a team and just learn how to play with each other. But we knew if we could do that, that we were the best team in the region and that we could go back-to-back.
Andrew, I'll ask you this. You play mainly in the back line on defense. What is your mindset going into a game, each playing on that defensive front?
My mindset always kind of stays the same. I kind of just want to lead the team and take charge in the back line. I had a guy like Nick Simpson. He's a freshman, so I had to keep his mindset into place. And then on the other side of me, Connor Hobbs. He's always had that mindset, that mentality. So I just kind of try to keep everybody back there on the line. Keep their heads in shape.
I'm going to keep it with you and ask you a question. You brought up Connor Hobbs. Connor would start on the back line, and then he moved to striker later in the game. How important or how key is it or how lucky is it to have a player that can do both of those as well as he did?
Yeah, Connor, he's super athletic, so he's got pace, and he's a bigger guy, so we like to start him on that right back. If they have a good left wing, he's more than likely capable of defending them easily, and then when their back line gets tired, when like Chuma or Eli runs them out a little bit, we'll have Connor. He's have fresher legs. We'll put him up there, and he'll go and he'll put it to their back line.
Eli, I'm going to ask you a question. You win it last year. There was a pursuit of winning the 5th region title last year. This year you had to defend it. How did the mindset of the team change this year from last year?
Like I said earlier, we knew going into this year that we still probably had the most talent, still had probably the best coach. So we just wanted to stay focused. And, really the people just, like I said earlier, just got to step up. Like losing guys like Nolan and Cade, we fill those spots in with freshmen and sophomores. And so we said the older guys like me and Drew, the captains, just had to help ease the younger guys into bigger roles and play in varsity. And I think it all worked out in the end. We were able to do it pretty well and go back-to-back. So.
Well, now, I'll ask you this last question. Grayson Clark, obviously limited play during the regular season, gets kind of thrown into it, district final, doesn't quite go the way that he wanted to on those PKs at the end, but the opening round of the 5th region, he ends up saving some that gets the win for Central Hardin, and then he goes 10 rounds in the region final. And again, talk a little bit about him and just kind of what he did at the end of the year and how, I don't know that people understand how difficult it is to be a keeper and to be cold on the sidelines and then come in. But what was the sense around him or the feeling around him?
Grayson, he's a great kid. He's a hard worker. And, it's hard to have a guy younger than you start over you, but he just he stayed focused. He got his minutes on JV, did well, and he just waited for his opportunity. And when it came, he showed out. We got behind him, made sure he had confidence. And, we're so proud of him because getting thrown in a moment like the E-Town game where he gets thrown in unexpectedly, he's cold, and then he doesn't make the saves, and he gets down on himself. And then to come back in regions and then put on like he did, we're just all so proud of him, and it shows the type of kid he is and the type of hard worker he is.
Well, guys, I want to thank you and congratulate you again, two-time champions of the 5th region.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am Justin Maddock. I am the girls' head varsity coach.
My name's Molly Bryan. I play attacking mid, and I'm a junior.
My name's Ava McGee. I play left outside back, and I am a senior.
After falling short last year, how good did it feel to complete, the goal of going further this year? How good did it feel?
Why don't you go ahead and begin, Molly?
It felt really good. We've been working really hard. We started in June, so we've been preparing for this moment, and it felt really good to get a good win.
Yeah, it's something that I think the girls have been holding on to, playing E-Town and losing in region finals and overtime. it was definitely not a good feeling. So to see them put in all this work that they've done since then and to have the reward they've earned to go on in postseason and make it to state has been awesome.
I think it being my senior year especially, I'm really glad that our team just pulled it together and made it past regions, and we just keep going on.
Okay. His next question was, it starts off by saying, in the region final, the only goal was scored by Audrey Garrett, who is not a starter. Talk about the confidence you and your staff have in your entire team.
We have a lot. It's probably a loaded question and comment because the only way we really players feel we can show confidence is to play them. So we talk to them, we tell them, we try to say a lot of things to instill so much confidence, but playing time is the only way we can do it. And unfortunately, you cannot play every girl on the roster. But I have confidence that when we put a player on the field or we give them the information at practice that they're going to apply it. And Audrey Garrett's just a prime example of that. She can go moments where she's not on the field and then we say, hey, it's a corner or defensive moment like last night. She played the last minutes after not playing as much because we need it to hold a lead, and she has that role for us. So we have that confidence in everybody that's in our program.
Hannah Ferguson has been good all year, but particularly in the playoffs. Talk about how she has come along.
I think she's a really strong leader for our team. Like, no matter where you're on the field, you hear her yelling, telling us where to go. And if we didn't have her in the goal, we'd all definitely be very scattered. So she's very good at just calming us and making sure we're ready for the game. And she's just someone, like, even since freshman year, she's been so reliable and she can make amazing saves. And I'm really grateful to have her as our goalie.
Yeah, I think the same thing. She's a really good leader on the field. She's one of our captains, always helps us, and yeah, really good leader.
Her maturity over the past 2 weeks has been through the roof. So all these players have ups and downs, but Hannah specifically plays a position where everything is highlighted, positives, growth areas, and she's grown from that. And this postseason, the things that were ups and downs for her have been all ups, and she's done a really good job of handling that maturity-wise. It's been really cool to see.
Okay. Next. You have some very strong seniors, but you also have some strong and upcoming freshmen. It's not always easy for upperclassmen to give way to younger players. Talk about the chemistry amongst your players.
Our chemistry is really good. We're like a family. All of us are really tight and everything. So that you can tell on the field how like we're all close and we work together really well.
Yeah, I really appreciate our connections with like all the players. Like I just texted one of our freshmen like 2 minutes ago asking how one of her camps went today. So I mean, we all joke that like we're all like together, but we really are. I feel like there's never been a time where I've been scared to talk to a freshman or if they've been scared to talk to me. So I'm just glad we've all just been kind and loving to each other.
They've done a really good job of just making everybody feel like they can be themselves. We have a bunch of different players that have different amazing attributes as just young females, and I don't think our group makes anybody feel like they can't be themselves. So that chemistry is there. Even if they're not best friends with each other, they all have their different groups that they hang out with, but once we get on the field, they're together, and that's based off of our older players allowing them to feel comfortable to be a part of it even as freshmen.
Okay. So the last thing, you'll be playing Davis County, is that correct, on Saturday?
Yes, sir.
At Davis County. So tell me some of the particular difficulties. I'm sure it's going to be a pretty big and raucous crowd. How do you deal with that sort of thing going on to enemy territory like that?
Yeah, so I'll start and give them time to think about what it's going to be like for them to travel, but it's definitely going to be difficult. It's going to be similar to going to South Oldham, who South Oldham didn't lose a home game all year until our game last night. So we expect it to be a similar atmosphere against Davis County. They're going to be physical. They're going to want to. They got a lot of confidence. They've played a lot of good teams. They've beat some good teams. They've kept themselves in there with really good teams. So we expect them to have a lot of people there, be loud, home field advantage. They don't have to travel and ride a bus. So it's going to be tough, but I think our girls are going to be excited for the opportunity to prove that doesn't matter.
We've played in a lot of like high energy games with a lot of like the student section and everything, so I feel like we're more comfortable with it now. So I feel like if you just go out there and play our game, that we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, playing teams like E-Town, where their whole school usually comes to the student section, I think it's kind of prepared us because we know that the other side's probably not going to be chanting the nicest things. So, but playing our rival schools like E-Town, I think has prepared us for this. And a lot of the people in our school actually come to our games, so that's really nice for them.